All right, the next thing that we're going to talk about is the union. So again, this is the compound inequality with the word or. And the solution, again, is when we solve both pieces and put our answers on the same number line. So again, our directions: solve and graph each inequality, write answer in interval notation. So we're going to solve this one, write our answer on the same number line, and then we're going to put our final answer in interval notation. Okay, so here we would add 2 to each side. So 4y greater than or equal to 16, and then we would divide. So y is going to be greater than or equal to 4. Then we go to the next one, same idea. So we are going to start by adding 4. So we have 3y less than or equal to -9, and then we would divide. So y is less than or equal to -3. And again, there's an or in between that. So now we're going to do our number line, so our graph. Okay, so we would have -3 on this side, 4 is going to be on this side. Now these are both equal to, so that means that we're going to have closed circles. So closed circle, and then this time we have to shade to the right of 4, so that's going to be this way, and then to the left of -3, so that's this way. So this time our shading is going away from each other. So since we have 2 pieces of our graph, when we write interval notation, we're also going to have 2 pieces. So let's start with this piece right here. So this is shaded towards -infinity on the side. So that means that -infinity is going to be our smallest number for this piece, all the way up to -3. So again, when we're dealing with infinities in interval notation, that's going to be a parenthesis. And then -3 is included, so we're going to have a bracket. And then it's the same idea for this piece. So since it's going to the right, it's going towards positive infinity. So the smallest number that we're going to have is 4. The biggest is going to be positive infinity. Now again, we have to have a parenthesis on the infinity, and 4 is included, so that's going to be a bracket. Now we can't just leave them as 2 separated things. So the symbol that we're going to use in between them is our union symbol. So the union symbol is the opposite of the intersection. It's going to be a U. Okay, so it's going to look like that. We want to exaggerate that U shape. So we're just going to add that in here. So this would be from -infinity to -3, or from 4 up to -infinity. So those are all the possible solutions. Okay. All right, let's try the next one. So again, we're just solving each piece. So to begin, we would subtract 3 to both sides. So 6x less than 12, divide by 6. So x is less than 2. And then we solve this one, so adding 2 to start with. So 4x greater than 20, divide by 4. So x is greater than 5. And again, there's that big word or in between. So now if we work on the number line, so we would have 2 on this side, 5 on this side. And you're welcome to put numbers in between, but as long as these are in the right places in relation to each other, that's really what I'm looking for. So at this point, I assume everyone can count. So again, open circles for both of these. So open circles. And then for this answer, we have to shade to the left. So that's going to be this way, because that's less than, so all the negative numbers. And then this one, we're shading to the right of 5. Okay, so again, we have 2 pieces to our graph. So that means that we're going to have 2 pieces to our interval notation. So again, on this side, we have -infinity. So that's going to be our smallest number. So we know we have to use a parenthesis for that one. Our largest number is the 2. And since it's not included, we also need a parenthesis for that. And Then we go to the other side. So again, this is going towards positive infinity, so that's going to be our biggest, which means then that 5 is the smallest, infinity is the largest. So we need a parenthesis on this side. Again, 5 is not included, so this will also be a parenthesis. And then we draw our union symbol, so or, right in between. Now let's do some more practice just with interval notation because that can get a little tricky. So again, looking at this, we have an or statement. So that tells us that we have 2 pieces. So on this side, that means that we're dealing with negative infinity as our smallest, and then 2 is going to be the largest. Now again, we don't have a bar underneath, so this is going to be parentheses around both of those. And then we're going to put our or symbol, since here it says or, so or. And then we're looking at 14. So this is going to be from 14 all the way up to positive infinity. So again, infinity gets the parenthesis. This one is equal to this time, so that means we need a bracket by the 14. So that's our interval notation for that one. Okay, so looking at this, this is telling us that our variable is in between these 2 numbers. So we just need one piece for our interval notation. 1 is the smallest number, 3 is the largest number. Okay. Now there's no bars underneath here, so that means that these are not included, so there's going to be parentheses around those for the interval notation. All right, next one, we have an or statement again, so that means that we're going to have 2 pieces. Now, if we're looking at this, this is telling us bigger than 4. So that's actually going to be our second piece. We have to make sure that we're paying attention to that. So on this side, 4 will be the smallest number. Positive infinity will be the biggest. So again, positive infinity gets a parenthesis. We have a bar underneath, so this is going to be a bracket. And then we have our union, our or statement. And then now we want to do this one. So again, since it's going to the left, the smallest number is going to be negative infinity, and our largest is going to be negative 7. So parenthesis by the infinity sign, and then there's a bar, so we are going to use a bracket. All right, next one, we just need one piece. So again, it's going to be in between these 2 numbers. So our smallest number is negative 5, the biggest is 4. 5 is included, so we need a bracket. 4 is not included, so we get a parenthesis. And then here, if we look at it, so there should just be one piece. Now again, we have to be a little bit careful because this isn't in the correct format, so we actually need to flip this. So this should say z less than or equal to 3. And then we're going to do our interval notation. So since it's going to the left, negative infinity will be the smallest number. 3 will be the largest. Infinity always gets a parenthesis. There's a bar underneath, so that means 3 is included. So that's going to be a bracket.